Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Destiny video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the Elder Cipher. More specifically, how you can farm it, in inverted commas, or at least increase your chances. First up, just quickly, for those of you that don't know what this is, the Elder Cipher is a new exotic bounty in Destiny's House of Wolves expansion that you can get from defeating the final boss in either the level 34 or 35 version of the Prison of Elders. And the bounty itself will allow you to choose from one of the three new Fallen themed exotics: the Queenbreaker's Bow, the Drek's Promise, or the Lord of Wolves Shotgun. Now, as mentioned, this will only drop in either the level 34 or 35 versions of the Prison of Elders, and it drops the second you defeat the final boss. It's also an exotic bounty and not an item, so I'm not sure whether it'll actually go to your postmaster if you do get it and don't have enough room. So I'd advise always going into the Prison of Elders with at least one free bounty slot. Once it does drop, you then take it to Arekkz, and you pick the weapon you want, and the bounty begins. Now, I'll be doing a separate video in the next couple of days on all the steps of the bounty once I complete mine, but just know that at the end, you'll get another chance to pick your weapon, so don't worry about what you choose right now. Anyway, with that aside, let's talk about farming the Elder Cipher, and more importantly, is it even farmable? And the honest answer is I'm not 100% sure. See, boss loot in Destiny has always worked on a weekly lockout system. You defeat the boss, it has a chance to drop items. Whether you get something or you get nothing, you then need to wait till next week to try again on that same character. The same applies in the Prison of Elders. Skolas, for example, has a chance of dropping elemental primaries, but if you don't get them, then you have to wait till next week to try. Obviously, if you have multiple characters, you could try on them, but the point is, it's one chance per week. The Elder Cipher, however, is a bounty, so does it abide by the same rules? Well, I've seen posts on Reddit and I've heard from some people that they have received the bounty on their second or third kill while still on the same character. But until I actually see video proof, I don't want to categorically say that this is the case. After all, if I do that and you then spend the entire day farming, I could potentially be sending you on a wild goose chase. So instead, here's what I propose. Assuming for a second that you have 3 characters, you then have 6 chances in a week. 3 on level 34, 3 on level 35. But to avoid you simply having to complete the prison 6 times, you can instead speed up the process. See, the second you defeat the boss, this is when the Elder Cipher drops. So if you do not get it, you know instantly, and it's at this point you need to react. If nobody on your fire team gets it, simply use a rocket or a grenade and kill yourself. You need to do this fast, because you don't want to be sent back to the airlock or see the post-round completion screen. Once you've all killed yourself, your entire team will return to the airlock, and you then have to fight the boss again. It's at this point that one of you needs to remain here, while 2 of your fire team members then switch characters. When those 2 teammates are trying to rejoin, it'll say that they are unable to because the activity is nearly over. So simply have the person in the prison kill themselves, then during the 3, 2, 1 respawn countdown timer, your teammates can then hit join. And that is how you get back in. It's a small window, but it's how you get around it. Once they're back in, if you want to, the person that was holding the spot can also swap their characters, and you can then repeat the process. Kill the boss. Did you get the cipher? No, then wipe and start again. And if you do this 3 times across all 3 of your characters, then assuming the cipher also abides by the weekly lockout rule, then you've just had your 3 attempts, all while only completing the prison once, and a bit. You then move over to the next difficulty and you repeat the process. And that, my friends, is how you farm the Elder Cipher. Now, if any of you have got this on your second or third attempts on the same character, then do of course let me know in the comments down below. Because if it genuinely is farmable, then you can simply use the method above, but continue farming over and over again. Kill, die, repeat. Now, just before I wrap this up, I want to reiterate that this drops from the final boss on the level 34 and 35 versions of the Prison of Elders, and it drops as an exotic bounty. So you do not need a treasure key to get the Elder Cipher, although you will need it later on, and you should also make sure that you have a free bounty slot before going in. But with all that said and done, then that, my friends, is it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have got the Elder Cipher, and if so, what weapon did you choose? And thank you very much for watching. Take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.